Hello and welcome to another video where today we are going to be dissecting and analyzing the one thing that you can take from Phaedo by Plato. So this is my series where I'm reviewing all of the books in the Plato Complete Work series. So the one thing from Phaedo that we can take from and implement is that the philosopher is not scared to die. The philosopher prepares his whole life for this moment of death, for death is unknown, and the philosopher thrives off of venturing into the unknown and seeing and finding and feeling the hidden order. So Phaedo is a discussion with Socrates just before he dies. What supposedly that's the story. And they're all talking about death and they're going back and forth and doing little arguments and, Socratic thinking. And there's a big discussion of, well, what happens? Does the soul die with the body? Is the soul visible? Is the soul physical? And they come to a bit of a conclusion where it's like, well, if the body dies, the body starts to rot and to change, where if the soul were to die, nothing's changing. If a human dies, the soul doesn't really change. It depends how you define the soul. So I follow Dr. John Demartini, and I define the soul as the state of unconditional love. And love comes from having an intelligence of the hidden order. So when we are not loving, we are in a judgment mode, and we're seeing more benefits than drawbacks, more supports than challenges, or challenges than supports, more drawbacks than benefit. There is an imbalanced perception. Now, Socrates is saying, well, I actually really look forward to dying because our physical body is holding us back. Our physical body is holding us down because we have senses and they are distorting our reality, and our body requires us to sleep, us to eat, us to have sex, us to drink water, and our body is basically setting us up to fail. I'm looking forward to dying because that is when my soul will really transcend and go to the next level. So the first part of that argument is, well, okay, does the soul ever die? Does it die? Does it go on? So I believe, and what Socrates and the others in the dialogue have found, is that they don't believe that the soul dies. This is metaphysics. We don't actually know for certain. Let's just say that the soul never dies. The soul lives on. As one person dies, their energy goes from one person into many. It separates the moment of death. When new life is brought in, many energies go into the one. So this is the law of the one and the many. I have other videos on the law and the one of the one and the many if you'd like to check them out. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing that I really want to focus on is, I feel that I want to have a bit of my own debate with Socrates in this text here. He is saying that, well, the body is holding us back. Okay. So I would like to purport that, if that's the right word, that the body is actually helping us to connect with our own soul, because we are connecting to the soul of the earth. Now, things are very different today than they were back then, 2,000 years ago, supposedly. We can go to the supermarket and get a chicken, get some rice, get some ice cream. We can come home to a house that has a heater, that has a blanket, nice comfy bed. We can turn on Netflix. We can blah, blah, blah. Basically, what we're doing is appeasing all of our basic survival instincts of food, shelter, and connection, right? So connection through the TV, connection through porn, connection through a partner, through Tinder, through going clubbing and drinking, whatever it is, we're appeasing that survival instinct. Now, I feel we have taken it a bit too far. Technology is so advanced, and the marketing and businesses and the greed of these companies and consumerism, and they're making us overconsume because we're not clear on our individual purposes, which is, we have all of this free energy and this free time. And if we're not in an inspired state, we're going to succumb to the instant gratifications and the simple pleasures and the quick and easy pleasures of life, like going to the store. It's a lot easier to go to the store in our car than walking to a field and hunting for a kangaroo, killing the kangaroo and cooking it up ourselves. No, we can just go to drive our car to the store and get it. So we've shortcutted a lot of it. And we're so disconnected in today's society, I believe, from the soul of the earth. So to say that when we die, we're going to transcend that is false. Because by having a body and by having these thoughts and these imbalanced perceptions, when we're sensing, when we are seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, we're not experiencing the true beauty and divine magnificence of the world. When we are truly connected to our purpose and what we love, which Socrates loves philosophy, he was willing to die for it. When we're truly connected to what we love, whether it's family, whether it's achieving physical and well-being mastery, whether it's creating a social impact, whether it's building a business, whether it's connecting with your partner, whether it's having kids, whatever your purpose is, when we're in that purposeful state, we are so connected and so grateful and in so much love with who we are and the others around us and for everything that we do have in this world, that our soul comes to life. Our soul comes to life when our senses stop sensing. So Socrates is right there. The problem is that if we just take away all the senses, are we going to have that immortal state of love? Which, no, we're not, because we have nothing to compare it to. So by being in this physical body, in this physical realm, it's allowing us to connect to our purpose and to find the hidden order and to really experience and the imperience and transcend above our senses. So the one thing that you can really take away from this discussion in Plato's Phaedo is be grateful for the bullshit impulses and instincts and imbalanced senses that your body is giving you. Because if you are feeling bloated or hungry or tired, it is feedback from the universe on how to connect to your own soul and how to experience a greater amount of love. So there is just such a beauty and such a wisdom and a love in everything around us. And I really, really loved reading Plato's Phaedo. And if you enjoyed this discussion on what happens after we die and is death better than life, you're going to really love the book. So thank you for watching. Check out some of my other videos on Plato, and I'll see you next time.